Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2021. My name is Dana Christian Lee, and I am so happy to be with you today. I'm the founder and executive director of Embody, and we're a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to the vision and the mission of positively impacting global health and well-being for all people by offering access to the healing tools of yoga and of mindfulness and putting them together to be of service in a world that needs us so very deeply. And that's how I want to kick off 2021 with an empowered sense of being able to have agency, to be a warrior for good in your life and in the lives of others. So I have two really cool announcements to kick it off. First, we were just awarded last week a $50,000 grant from the ISA Foundation, which is the charitable arm of Isagenix Corporation. We are so proud and excited to partner with them for the third year in a row. And their mission and our mission, they're lockstep. They care about health and well-being of people, of our planet, for people's financial futures, and all things that help people be who they want to be in the world, to be good and to be strong. And it is a beautiful partnership that we are so excited to continue. This year, we are going to have more partnerships, more access, more reach. So just stay tuned and see and be part of this amazing partnership that we are so grateful for to have with the ISA Foundation and Isagenix. So that's one thing. Woo! Good news to start off 2021. I want to invite you, yes, you, your littles, your friends, your family, to join us in Year of the Warrior. What is that? It's a project on social media for good. It's an everyday reminder that when you take the yogic shape of warrior, we're going to start off with Warrior 2. This is Warrior 2. We'll break it down soon. But when you take that shape, that's one of three warriors in yoga. What it does is it strengthens your body and it aligns you, mind, body, and heart, to have you open compassionately to the world by remembering that you need to be good to you first and that you're called to be good to other people in the world. And so what do? You take a picture of you can have your kids join you and post it on social media and tag us at Feel Better, Do Good, and also use the hashtag Year of the Warrior. And we are going viral this year with this project because it just shows that we at Embody care not only about our own personal health journey, our own yoga journey, we care about the people around us, that we're inspiring our kids to watch us live healthier and happier lives, but also we're showing the world on social media where there's so much negative news that you can turn your world around by one breath, by one pose, by one post. So this is social media for good, being warriors for good. So join me. Check out our Facebook page at Feel Better, Do Good, and you're going to see the page flooded with pictures, and it's going to continue to go throughout the year, and we're going to have promotions, and we're going to have a contest, and all sorts of exciting things. So join us now. It's never too late, and it's free. So two really good bits of information to start the year. And I do hope your year is settling in for you because it's a wild ride. 2020 we thought was bumpy, and 2021 has just kind of continued with that pattern. And what we can change about it is kind of how our heart and our mind process this information that's coming our way in the world in which we live. So today, our practice is going to revolve around harnessing your own power. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to tell you a story about someone that I've witnessed recently harness power for good in a way that blew my mind. If you don't know Senator or Congressman, Jamie Raskin, he's a US representative from the state of Maryland. He had a son, 25 years old, who on New Year's Eve had the most unthinkable thing happen in his family that no parent can even wrap their minds and hearts around. And to those parents and people that have been through this, my heart and Embody's hearts are with you. But Senator Raskin, Congressman Raskin, lost his son to suicide at 25 years old on New Year's Eve. And it's a tragic story, the obituary, is beautiful. And the result is mind-blowing. After losing their son and having to write about his life, and I've posted on it, it's on our website. This kid had it all: heart and compassion and intelligence and a sense of ownership over the world. And this kid, this 25-year-old, found the world too heavy and too dark to bear through depression, and his life ended. His parents had to memorialize his life on January 5th. And on January 6th, Jamie Raskin showed up to the Capitol building to do his duty as a congressman, to count the electoral votes, to confirm an election. His youngest daughter, Tabitha, said, "Dad, I really don't want you to go to work." And he said, "Well, how about you go with me?" You can imagine how that worked out for him. He's on the floor and his daughter's up on the second floor. They were ushered out, they were separated, and it was a scary time, the scariest time I've ever witnessed on TV in our nation's history in my lifetime. And as a parent, if you can imagine being separated from your children and not knowing where they are, how terrifying that is. Compound that with having lost a child the week before, and then doing something so important in our nation's history right now as to being on the floor of the House for that vote when the Capitol was under siege. That's what Jamie Raskin has gone through. He was reunited with his daughter. He showed back up on the floor. He cast his vote. And immediately following, what did he do? He did what he said was essential. Not only showing up for his country and for his son, he took it further and said, "I would like to step into writing the articles to impeach our current president." Whatever your thoughts are around that, I'm putting those aside and saying, let's pay attention to this man who said, "I still have the energy and the focus after everything I've been through to pour myself into this for my nation, because I feel like it is my essential duty," is what he said, "to protect the Constitution of the United States and its citizens." He said they were living on Skittles and Cheetos, and for him, his fuel, his why to keep going is not only his job and us, it's his son. He was able to tap into and continue day in and day out still to fight and to be present, to be a warrior for good, for the son that he lost, for the nation that was threatened, and the future of our democracy. Jamie Raskin, to me, is a hero. And the story totally breaks my heart and inspires me. And I hope it can give you some glimmers of hope and inspiration to harness your own power for good. Because these times are difficult, and it's easier to shut down, to say, "I don't want to. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to look the other way." Right now, when you need to do that, but the world needs us all as healthy and as capable as possible so we can make the world better and contribute as citizens to the democracy that is in danger. So whatever that looks like for you, ask yourself, how can I harness my power for good? And how do you do that? What's what we're going to do today. We're going to center and we're going to ground, and we're going to tap into our why. Jamie Raskin knew his why. He showed up for Tommy. He showed up for the Constitution, not just to work, but to essentially fight for American democracy. And so I ask you today, when you feel broken and small and afraid, and you maybe don't want to go to work or do the next thing, how can you dig deeper and drop into the why that is in your heart? And let that be the catalyzation for us all to be warriors for good. So let's just take a comfortable seat. You can lie on your back if that's more helpful today. Bring your thumb and your forefinger together and let your hands press down on your thighs. And as you root down through your legs and press down through your hands, you'll feel your low belly go in and up. Your spine gets nice and long. Roll your shoulders up and back a couple times, and you can even Turn your head side to side, make some circles. Get any wiggles out that you need. And as you're ready, softly float your eyes closed and imagine a taproot drawing down from the base of your spine into the earth. Feel held, feel grounded here. That is tapping into the power of the center of the earth. Keep that connection, lift your heart and ask for connection to something bigger. It can be the spirit, the divine, the beyond, God, Allah, whatever it is that is bigger for you. We are grounded here on this earth, and we are also connected and led by something bigger. And let those two forces that dance together help you become more present, body, mind, and heart, as you slowly and deeply breathe. In through your nose. If you're feeling really tense today, exhale out your mouth. Let's just all do that a few rounds. In through your nose and out your mouth. Feel the mind settle, the body ground, and the heart soften. Even if it's breaking, even if you're struggling, let your heart soften. And now close your lips together and continue that breath in and out your nose, the Ujjayi Pranayama, the triumphant breath that helps you harness your power, the agency you have over your life. Use your breath to empower your life. The bell will bring you in, and the bell will bring you out. And as you are with your breath, as you inhale, breathe in light. Know that is power. Your exhale releases any darkness, any negativity, any sadness. You just keep fueling up with light and power and releasing the smallness, the fear, the heartbreak. Let your breath and your mind come together to harness power for good. Empowering breath in. Exhale, soften and let go. Allow your lips to close together softly. Feel your breath breathing you. So you just sit in this space container that you've created. As you fold your palms together in front of your heart, take this time now to offer gratitude for your life as it is, full stop. Ask for any help that you need to take the next right step in your life. dedicate your practice to someone or something that struggles. Today, I hold our nation and our leadership in my heart, and I hope you will too, for we are a united nation, whether it feels like it or not. Let us breathe and be with that and take our own responsibility to heal and to unite the people of our nation. To your heart's intention, to your why. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. Gently release your hands and slowly come back. Okay, so with that intention, using our breath now with some movement, we're going to harness the power within us for good, anchored to your why. Even when it's hard, you can still act skillfully and mindfully, just like Jamie Raskin. So stand up. Have your feet be parallel and stand tall in who you are. Good. Bend your knees a little bit and look down at your feet. Lift and spread your toes, get a little bit more surface area. And as you push down into your feet, hug your heels toward each other. You're not going to move, but just energetically dial them in. Feel the inseam of your legs engage, your glutes engage, and then press into your feet more fully. Straighten your legs. Your low belly will lift and tone, and your heart rises. Beautiful. Now take a full breath with your whole body, and exhale. Stand tall in your own power and light. Good. With that, let the breath come in and reach your arms up. We're going to keep our arms over our head just for a bit today. Why? Because actually this is such an empowering pose. So if you're feeling disempowered, you stand up tall, you lift your heart, and you reach your arms high. It increases your energy, the adrenaline that's powerful for you. It releases cortisol, smallness. Bend your knees. Stand up tall. Bend your knees. Good. Stand up tall. Bend your knees. Good. Keep your knees bent. Swan dive, hinge at the waist, flat back, and then exhale, bow down. You can keep your legs bent or you can straighten them. Let your head hang long. Let any tension pour out. Keep anchoring through your feet. Feel the power of the earth in your body as you stretch your spine forward, flat back, look up. Exhale, bow down, breathe out. Lengthen, breathe in, look up. Exhale, bow down, breathe out. One more time, lengthen. Bow. Before you stand up, press more powerfully through your feet so you root down. And then you can rise all the way up and gather all that power within your heart. Good. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, a little bit of a deeper chair pose. Now notice your heels want to splay out. Keep your heels hugging toward each other. You're embracing the midline of your body. Muscles hug in. Take your thighs back. Your inner thighs roll back and apart. Draw your belly button in and lift your chest. That's the alignment principles, physical alignment principles for Utkatasana chair pose. Now find your breath with it. Slowly and deeply. Ujjayi pranayama, in and out your nose. Just keep that breath, keep this shape, because you're building heat, harnessing power, and working through the discomfort. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, this time flat back. Exhale, fold. Take a few breaths in your forward bend, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back, look up. Bow down, breathe out. Lengthen, breathe in. Bow down. Last time, lengthen. Fold. Press through your heels more powerfully. Anchor down. Rise up. Harness your power within your heart. Bend your knees. Chair pose. Full breath here. Long breath out. We're going to take a twist to the left. So put your elbow outside your thigh, or forearm can come to your thigh. Lengthen your spine, breathe in. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart up, breathe out. We're going to hold this shape. We're going to maintain this posture with dynamic stillness. Use your breath to stay in a shape that challenges you into a life that throws obstacles your way as you tap in to the why that is in your heart. Full breath in, long breath out. We're going to look down, release your bind, bow forward and hold your elbows and sway a little bit side to side. And then just come to center, let your elbows root down toward the earth as your spine is nice and long. Long inhale, long exhale. Let your arms dangle down this time. Push more solidly into your heels and roll up. Vertebra by vertebra. Shoulders go up and back. Reach your arms up. Power harnessed within. Bend your knees. Breathe in. Other side twist. So you can modify, can deepen. Take your shape that's modified for your body right now. And then stay and breathe. Let that light come in and release the darkness, the negativity, the fear, the sadness. Let your yoga practice be a play on the edge of your own power. 3 more breaths. Inhale, look down. Slowly unwind, hold the opposite elbow on top, and bow forward. Collective inhale, long exhale. Release your arms down, anchor through your heels more. Belly goes in and up as you roll up to stand. Shoulders go up and back. Harness, grab it, reach for it. Power back inside. Beautiful. This time arms are going to reach up. Interlace your fingers and turn your palms up. Bring your knuckles to your head and pause for a minute. Bring awareness into your heels, root down equally. Keep weight in the big toe ball mound, but put some weight in your heels. Yeah, hug your heels toward each other. Now, firm up those legs. Good job. Bend your knees a little and roll your thighs back. Keep that, bring your belly button in, straighten your legs, don't lock them, and lift your heart. Great, and then slowly straighten your arms, keep your shoulder blades up and on your back. They may straighten, they may not. Breathe in. Now you can turn your gaze up. Notice your ribs want to open. Keep the power in your core, belly button in towards your spine. Heart lifts. Use your breath. Capture that breath. Let it fill you up with light and power. Empowering your why. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gaze comes forward. Stretch to the left. Shoulders back. Look up and under your right shoulder. And notice if anything shifted in your lower body. Keep that alignment. Move your hips to the right. Good job. Full breath. Come on back up. Bend your elbows. Straighten your elbows. Extend right. Gaze goes up underneath your left shoulder. Your arms are probably getting tired, getting a little uncomfortable. Yoga is not about making you comfortable. It's about opening you, tapping into your power, and allowing you to know your why and express yourself freely in a world that needs you as a warrior for good. Come on up. And as you gently release your fingers one at a time, let your arms float down. And go to mountain pose. Close your eyes for a breath. And just notice the difference of the practice, of the poses, of the intention. Full inhale. Long exhale. Good job. Now widen your feet, toes out, heels in. Good. And without moving your feet, hug them toward each other. You'll feel the inseam of your legs fire up. And now put weight in the little toe side of your feet too. Hands at your hips, shoulders on your back. Full breath. Bend your knees and make sure they're going over your big toes. So look and make sure you can see your big toes. A lot of times people want them to go in so your glutes don't have to work so much. Work your glutes, have them engage. Keep the alignment and let the opening happen. Good. And then straighten. Exhale, bend. You can even bring your hands along your thighs to press them back. Tailbone in, chest up. Yeah, just align your body and straighten. Couple more times. Bend. Make sure you can see your big toes. Lift your heart. Good. One more time. Straighten and bend. Keep your legs now. Pull your belly button back, lift your chest, and bring your arms up. Full breath here. Bend your elbows, lift your heart. Reach. Bend, curl, lift your heart. Good. Keep breathing. Keep flowing in this shape. I know the legs are saying hello. They're getting warm, maybe a little uncomfortable, but breathe through it. Harness your power within and know your why. Anchor to it. Stay here, full breath. Let it out. Rise up. Release your hand down, step your feet in, kind of shake it out a little bit. Good job. And stand tall again. Feel the power you're building. Feel the heat. Close your eyes and notice the thoughts and the feelings. They settle, filled with more hope and a purpose. Full breath. And let it out. This time as we sweep our arms up, can interlace our fingers, bring them front now. Exhale, bend your knees. Push all that breath, ground into the earth. Good, now keep your feet really anchored as you push into your heels, stand up taller. Arms overhead, exhale. Palms, and press that breath out. Heels, the hands come forward, reach up, breathe in. Exhale, palms, lace all that breath out. Keep flowing, breathe. In and out your nose. Pause at the top. Pause at the bottom. Keep your legs, reach your arms forward, inhale. Sweep your arms around, swim them back. Bend your elbows. You can grab a strap, a towel. You can bind your fingers, hook your thumbs. Stretch your arms over the head. Keep a nice big bend in your knees. Try to get your femurs parallel to the earth. Forehead towards your knees. Full inhale. Long exhale. Release your bind, slowly straighten your legs. Exhale, bow down. Nice deep forward bend here. Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine, breathe in. Bow down. Breathe out. Push into your heels, rise up. Take your shoulders up and back. Reach your arms up. Feel the power that you're creating, cultivating, and bring it in. Close your eyes for a breath here. And release your hands down. When we pause, really give yourself that second to pause. It's not just a physical rest, and it's assimilation of your body, your mind, and your heart coming together, unified by your breath and your intention to integrate you. So when you walk off your mat, you feel more whole today, more powerful, more harnessed, more focused. All right, so we're gonna come into warrior 2. And with You're the Warrior, I really wanna make sure that if you're gonna participate in the project, you know the alignment. So I teach it all the time, but I'm gonna particularly take it a little bit further today. So to get into warrior 2 safely, you can widen your feet as wide as is comfortable for you. The alignment teaching is take your arms out and have your ankles be underneath your wrists and your feet are parallel. That's a nice wide stance. If you can take this, great. If you're feeling too unstable, bring it in a little bit closer and then bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna take our left toes, turn them out 90 degrees. And pay attention that your toes are pointed to the side wall and your heel lines up with the center of your back arch. So mine's a little bit forward, so I'm gonna scooch it back just a little. And in yoga, we always move the position in the back, the pose, we align from the back foot, not the front foot. So keep this front foot nice and anchored. You can even look down at that foot and make sure your toes are lifted, spread, and there's more surface area. Good. And your back foot, the little toe side is parallel with the short edge of your mat. Great. And now before we do anything, take a breath. Open to your Y, and then press into your feet. We're gonna harness our power by hugging our feet in toward each other. And you should feel energy from your feet all the way up the inseam of your legs and into the core of your pelvis. But this is the focal point of this pose. Have your legs nice and strong, power focused in the core of your belly. Gonna bend this left knee. Now look at it and make sure it tracks right over your heel. You might hear a little bit of crackling in your knee if your knees and legs are still getting warmed up. I can actually even take a wider stance because optimally you want this femur parallel to the earth. It may not go there for a while, maybe never. But what we don't want is we don't want your knee to go over your heel. So if you're in a shorter stance and your knee goes over your foot, wiggle that back foot back. But if you have your shorter stance and you bend that front leg, just make sure you can see your big toe. Perfect. Doesn't have to be parallel. That's optimal shape. So we have the legs now. Firm your legs. Get strong in who you are. Harness that power. So strength through your legs, Lift your heart, compassion through your heart. And then as you inhale, take your shoulders up. And from the back side of your heart, lift your chest. Palms can go down or flip them up. I love my palms up in Warrior Two. And just breathe here. Feel the shape begin to work on you, work through you, work with you to become a warrior for good. Turn your gaze over your front hand. And then see if you can get your back arm lined up with your front. It's kind of weird if you can't tell. So you can check, is it too far forward or too far back? And I haven't forgotten we're in this pose. Full breath in, long breath out. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, bring your hands at your waist, and we're going to take a little transition. Hinge at the waist, wide-legged forward bend. Prasrita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward bend. And the little toe sides of your feet are parallel to the short edges of your mat. And all four corners of your feet are anchored down. We tend to lose our heels most, so press down, have the belly tone, and pour your spine forward. Lift your heart forward, lengthen. Put your right hand underneath your heart, left hand at your waist, twist. Or you can take your left arm up to the sky. You can turn your thumb down, wrap it around. Just try to keep your hips level and twist your spine. Full breath in, long breath out. Look down, breathe in, unwind, release. We're going to bow again. You can ring your big toes if that's available. Use your thumb to complete the circle. Working to get the crown of your head on the earth. Lengthen your spine and look up. Unbind your toes. Left hand underneath your heart. It can be up on a block on your finger pads. Some of you can even put your palm flat like you're saying stop, like push down. Right hand at your waist, lengthen through your spine. And twist. You can keep your hand at your waist. Go up to the sky. Turn your palm around, thumb down, pinky up. Find that bind. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, look down. Exhale, hug, slowly unbind. Heel toe your feet. Back to 2 fist widths apart. You can check by putting your fists between your arches for forward fold. Look forward, breathe in. Bow down, breathe out. Push in through your heels, rise up. And bring that power back inside where it belongs. Good job. So as we take these poses and we anchor, we root down to the earth. That's huge. That is how we harness our powers. So we got to connect to it. So we've got the earth beneath us. So we anchor down and that power rises up. And then our heart is what we give out into the world. So let's try this again. It's going to be cognitive. It's going to be in your breath. It's going to have a metaphor for your life. And then we're going to have literal shapes. They all come together, body, mind, and heart. So some yogis like to jump their feet apart. Right now, I'm just going to teach you to widen your feet back. Set yourself up. Feet underneath your wrists. For me, I'm going to go a little bit further than that. We're going to do second side. Turn your right toes out. And your heel comes in. Front heel winds up with the center of your back arch. It bisects. Good, and notice my hip is dropping a little bit. You want to keep your hips open. And then as we do that, it asks us to use this back leg as a stabilizer. So look at your back foot and stretch your little toes to the little toe side of your, or the short side of your mat. Good. And then bring your hand back to your waist. Press down both of your feet equally. I know they're asymmetrical, but anchor down as equally as you can. Hug your feet in and feel that energy rise up the inseam of your legs, that power. Harness it in your belly. And then bend this front knee. Just play with it a little bit. Bend it. Look for your big toe. And then straighten it. And then make sure your knee doesn't go over your heel. You want it straight above your heel. And if you can go deeper, just wiggle your back foot back. That's okay. But make sure you keep the alignment with heel to arch, little toe side, parallel to the short edge of your mat. So straighten it. And then bend it. You can even use your hand to press your knee to the little toe side. You're going to feel your right glute fire up, and that's good. And as you do that, open that left hip bone to the left. Keep square. So it's kind of like you're working and opposing in two directions. That's what you're supposed to feel. Straighten it. Keep that back leg down, anchored as you bend away. But feel yourself all the while as you straighten and bend, completely centered. Unmovable in your gaze, unmovable in your why. Even when it's hard, we can show up. We can do essentially what needs to be done for good. One more time, breathe in. Good, now look down, big toe, see it. Press that knee to the little toe side. Draw that right glute down. It's an outer spiral on that hip. Make sure your left hip stays open, or your left hip bone. Square your shoulders over your hips. And from the back side of your heart, lift up and extend out. And slowly and deeply breathe. And if this front leg starts to feel like it's wavering or wiggling a little bit too much, back off and re-engage your back foot and use your back leg as much as your front leg. Because the tendency in Warrior 2 is to use your front leg and burn it out. And I want you to really balance the shape as best you can to harness all that power in to send it up for good. 3 more breaths. You can do this with me. Long breath in. Heart lifts. Yeah. Straighten your front leg. Oh. Turn your feet in and now wiggle them. Make sure they're parallel. Take a little bit shorter of a stance. Hands at your hips, shoulders on your back, hinge at the waist. One more time. This time you can step on your fingers on the little toe sides of your feet. If you want another modification or variation. Long breath in. Long breath out. Look forward, breathe in. Unbind, look up. Good job. Turn your left toes out, not 90 degrees, a little bit more than 45. Bend that knee slightly. Good, now look up. We're gonna pop this right heel up. You're gonna feel your inner thigh stretch. A little bit. The groin start to open, and then you can bend your knee a little more. Try to keep your knee above your heel. And you're going to feel both your inner thighs lengthen. And try not to sit into this knee joint. Hug your legs, keep them strong. Hug your feet toward each other. Harness that power in your belly. That's the focal point of the pose here. Standing poses are the focal point right in the core. Long breath in. Long breath out. Good, now hug in, slowly come up, pivot, pivot, pivot. These left toes turn forward, walk, walk, walk. Right toes turn out slightly. Knee bends, make sure you can keep seeing your big toe, that your knee doesn't drop in. Pivot onto that left heel. Just go in nice and slow and take a few rounds of breath here. Being with what's uncomfortable, knowing you're going to be okay. You can even close your eyes. Let that empowered breath fill you up. Long breath in, long breath out. Hug in, slowly walk to the left foot, just pop your back heel up. We're going to take one lunge here. Full breath in, long breath out. Spin your heel down, walk to the other side, lunge second side. Long breath in, long breath out. Take that front foot, step it up and back, downward facing dog. We're only doing one today. How crazy is that, right? A yoga practice with one down dog. And then check out your feet, lift and spread your toes, hug your heels toward each other without moving them. Try to anchor your heels back and down. Long breath in and a long breath out. Look up, bend your knees, step or hop your feet between your hands. Come on down. Take a seat. We're going to come into Navasana. Firm your legs, lift your chest. Good. You can stay here. You can go here. Kick your heels up, straighten your legs or not, you decide. Take a full breath here. Lift your heart. Reach your arms up, breathe in. Bring them to your side, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. 8, 7, keep going. 'Big breath, reach up, hug your knees in, and then rock back onto your backs. Come on into the center of your mat, booty down, and just rock a little bit side to side. Good job. Take your right foot, put it down flat, cross your left foot on top of your right foot. Bend your arms like a cactus, move your hips to the right, twist your knees to the left. And if that's too intense, you can release the bind or simply bring your knees together and then twist. So you find the shape, the pose, the asana that meets you where you are. Try not to take it too far, but try not to go as easy as you might otherwise, because the growth is through the struggle and the discomfort. Knowing on the other side, you have worked deeply and fully to harness your power for good. Long breath in, long breath out. Hug your muscles in always first. If you're bound, pick up that left foot, slowly unbind it, and bring your knees gently back to center as you neutralize your spine. Pick up your right leg, cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Move your hips to the left, twist your knees to the right, or modify any twist that you need for your body today. And as we maintain this shape, maintain the shape of your breath, the Ujjayi Pranayama, the deep inhale and exhale through your nose. And why do we breathe in and out our nose? To keep the heat to keep the power inside, to cultivate the perfect conditions to melt away what is small and undeserving of being in us, and letting all that is essential remain to lead us and guide us in all the choices that make us who we are each day. Deep inhale, long exhale. Hug your muscles in. If your ankle is crossed, unbind. Slowly come back up, neutralize your spine. Let your arms come alongside your body. We're going to take one bridge pose. So your feet are parallel. Your heels are about 6 to 8 inches away from your backside. Press down through your feet and really anchor down through your heels. Feel that. And then draw your feet back towards you isometrically as you get a little curve in your low back. And then bring your belly button to your spine. Keep a little bit of that curve. And then slowly lift your hips up. You can stay right here, or you can walk your shoulder blades underneath your back. You can bind or not. Breathe in that power and light. Exhale. You feel clear. As you slowly release your hands and your hips. Bring your knees in and rock a little bit side to side, back and forth. And then you can take one happy baby. Hold the little toe sides of your feet. And as you press your feet into your hands, draw back with your hands. Get that resistance to make that opening. You'll feel your hips open. As your pelvis tips forward, your belly button comes to your spine. And you breathe. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Good. Now keep this as long as you can to straighten your legs. It's like a seated forward bend. Push into your feet, pull back with your hands. Yeah, bend your knees just a little and make sure your legs are hugged in. Hug your midline to harness your power to the central channel of your being. And as your feet press forward, bend your knees if you need to, but pull back with your hands. There's a lot of activity now in the back of your hamstrings and in your legs. Strengthen your foundation of your legs. Feel them engage. Breathe. Feel those shoulders roll back. And just take a few more deep, steady rounds of breath in and out. Last breath in. Exhale. Good. Now look up at your feet. Keep your legs active where they are. Release your bind. Take your arms up and over your head. And begin to stretch your body all the way down to the floor. Nice and slow. Heels stretch out. Hover, hover, hover. And then lower your heels down. Full body stretch. Release your arms down alongside your body. Widen your legs a little bit more so your feet can roll out. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back as you come into your final pose. Set yourself up in Shavasana. With your feet open to the side and your palms face up to receive. Soften your eyes and close your eyes. Keep your lips together, but relax your jaw. And if you're still maintaining Ujjayi breath, let it go. And let the breath breathe you. Notice you don't need to be in control of that. It happens naturally. From the top of your head all the way down your body, scan and release any tensions, any knots, any fears, any blockages. And in your mind's eye, just unwind any knots that are left. And let them drop all the way out through each of your toes and let them go. And softly rest back. And take this time to drop deeper beyond thought, beyond feeling, to a place of rest and restoration. The bell will bring you out. Breath of life flows in and flows out. Bring more awareness into your physical form. Feel your body held on the earth, breathed by a power, by something larger than all of us. Just take this moment to receive all the blessings of being human and all the struggle that that means. But you are human and you are divine. You are beloved. Take all this with you now as you stretch your fingers and your toes. Turn your ankles and your wrists. You slowly bend your knees one at a time as you steady your feet on the earth. If you need to stay in Shavasana longer, please do. This is your practice. Take a big inhale. Roll to the side of your body, hug your knees in close, and offer yourself gratitude for making time for your practice, for making time for you. Plant your hands firmly on the earth and help your body come up to take your final seat, the seat of your practice. So fold your feet, lift your spines tall, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Softly close your eyes as you bow to the light that always shines within your heart. May you remember that you are the paths to harnessing your power. Your thoughts and your feelings and your actions are anchored into your why. Your why is your North Star. It is your guiding light. When you feel disconnected or powerless, pause and breathe. Anchor into the earth. Lift your heart to the mystery. Look to the sky and know that the North Star is always in you, guiding you each and every day. Know that you are strong and you can stay with what is uncomfortable. You are the warrior of your own life. Know you are okay. And when life becomes scary, use your why to be a platform to shine brightly in a world that needs you so deeply. So my friends, I beg you today to shine your light, to share your life as a warrior for good in a world that needs you so deeply. Thank you for being here. Share this practice with another that you think might be lifted by it. And until we meet again, namaste. Gently release your hands, open your eyes, and know that I'm looking at you. I see you all out there. Even though we are not together in heart or body, we are here in heart. So thank you for being here. Thank you again to Isagenix for our partnership. And everyone, join me on the path of the warrior. Be a warrior for good. Have someone take your picture. Stand in your pose. Embody that pose. Tag at Feel Better Do Good. Use the hashtag Year of the Warrior. And together, this year, we'll be warriors for good, and it's going to be a great year. Love you all.